Good morning, my crafting friends. I almost said good evening. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, usually at 7 p.m., but today is a one-off. I don't have to be to the surgical center for another hour and 45 minutes, so I thought I would do my 7 p.m. live at 10 a.m. And as you can see, I am wearing my fun little Halloween hat because we are going to do another Halloween card. Halloween, actually, all of the holidays literally sneak up on us. We have 365 days knowing that they're going to be here, and they always sneak up on us. So I figured let's start doing some Halloween cards. And I told you on Tuesday for every Halloween card that we're going to be making, I will be wearing this fun little hat. I know it's absolutely ridiculous, but I love it, and the grandkids love it. Okay, let's point you over and we're going to get started. Let me take the hat off because it's going to fall and hit everything if I don't. Let's make sure we are live, which I think we are. Yep, everything looks good. Okay, so let's bring in one of the stamp sets. So when I saw this set, I was a little sad that they didn't have candy corns in here. I'm like, they have Valentine's Day, they have St. Patrick's Day, they have just cookies, but I was like, oh, they totally missed the mark. I really do think they should hire me sometimes to look over everything and add my little tidbits in there. But this is the sweet jar. It is a bundle, so you get a matching coordinating punch to go with it, so you can punch out the lid and the jar itself. And then they just recently came out with this sweet Halloween set. And guess what they have in here? I know, right? They have a little pot of three, and then they have a little single candy corn. So when I saw it, it's technically a scrapbooking stamp set, but you can use it for anything, as I will show you in this morning's live. So we're going to use here for the candy and the little candy corns for this card. Okay, let's bring in the card. There it is. Is it not so stinking cute and fun and a little bit different? So I'm going to show you guys how to make this. Literally, I love these three layers. I use them probably 99% of the time. And then I thought, I think my candy corns need a little bit of shimmer. I don't know if the shimmer shows, but I brought in the little wink of Stella. So let's get crafting. So what you're going to need is a piece of our thick basic white, and this measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4.25. I have a piece of pumpkin pie. This measures 5.25 by 4. I have Daffodil Delight that is 5 inches by 3 3/4. And then I have a piece of basic white that is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So literally everything is just 1/4 inch smaller to get our little layers. Hello, Elaine. Hello, Heather. Welcome. So we're going to start with our top layer and a piece of scratch paper. So I'm going to bring in my pumpkin pie ink and our block or our jar. So I'm going to ink it up in pumpkin pie. We're going to stamp, and then I'm going to bring in the lid and stamp the lid on the end. Perfect. I think, oh, I'm going to leave that open because we're going to use it one more time. So I'm going to bring in my jar. I always stamp before I punch out. I think you can line it up a little bit better. So I'm just getting it to where I need to go, and I'm going to use my other hand to punch. I won't be able to do that after today. So for the next few Facebook Lives, we will not be using any punches. Unless I have my husband out here and then he can punch everything for me. There we go. So there's our two little pieces. I'm starting with the jar first because I need the jar to figure out the positioning of the candy corn. So let me bring in the candy corn card so you guys can see it. I'm actually going to grab my chair really quick so I can sit down and do this. Usually I stand when I do my lives, but this one I think I'm going to sit. So I have my small candy corn and the large one. So I'm going to use my Memento and I'm going to stamp the 3 on the jar, inside the jar. And then I want a couple single up top. There we go. So now this is, thank you, Elaine. So now I'm going to use this as my guide. So now I want my candy corns to be coming out of the jar and falling down. So I'm going to start with the 3. So this is where I want the jar. So I'm going to pull this down and stamp so some of it is being covered. And now you can just fill in all of your pieces. And you can do these any which way you want. And I don't want to stamp the 3 because I'm going to go off the card. So now I'm going to come in with my single and fill in the little spaces. I think I want a couple up top, and I think that looks pretty good. So before we put the Memento away, I'm going to bring back my pumpkin pie, and I'm going to stamp here for the, or ink up here for the candy. Stamp this right at the top. And now I think we're done with the pumpkin pie. And then I want to come back in and do 2 little candies on each side. There we go. So this is probably the most time-consuming part of this card, but it is so worth it. So I have my dark Daffodil Delight and my dark pumpkin pie. I won't lie, I did have to Google which colors went first when you're doing the candy corn. I do not eat them. I do not like them. I think they're probably the grossest candy that was ever invented, but they make super duper cute cards. So yes, I did, if we have enough time, I will make 2 of these. So I did already prep the other one. I guess I could have prepped some of this one as well, but I feel like coloring is a little therapeutic. And I've got a big day ahead of me, so I need a little bit of therapy, and coloring is that. And I will just chit chat while I color. So today is 15% off. It's only for 24 hours, and it's stamp sets and some of the tools. So I did send an email out first thing this morning, and there is a link, so you can definitely click that link and it will take you right to the sale. And then on the 23rd, they are coming out with an 12 days of Christmas box. They showed us what was in the box a few days ago, and you get dies, a stamp set, designer series paper. It's like a surprise every single day. They didn't show us every single box, they just told us a couple of them, but it's more all occasion items, not just holidays. So I can't wait until the 23rd so I can order that. And it is while supplies last. So it's something that they're not going to carry a full line of. So let's see, what else is there? My summer retreat is, oh my goodness, we're in fall. My fall retreat is coming up, and there is a link for the Facebook, so you can definitely click on that to learn more information. I'm trying to think of things to chit chat about. 12 days of crafting calendar, yes. Okay, we're almost done with the Daffodil Delight. I think I had to open, I think it was the pumpkin pie. I went to, when I created this yesterday, my pumpkin pie was all dried out. But good thing I had an extra one. Coloring is very relaxing. They are very yucky. Yeah, I think Lucas likes them. I don't think Bo likes them. But Lucas would literally probably like anything that was candy. So that doesn't surprise me. My dad used to love them. Ugh, I have no idea why. So now I'm using the dark pumpkin pie just to color in the middle. And thank goodness the top is white, so we don't have to worry about coloring that. But if you weren't on for the beginning, the jar, the sweet jar bundle that comes with the punch, it doesn't have the candy corns in them. And I was so shocked. But then I was super excited when they came out with a scrapbooking set. It's called Sweet Halloween, and it had the candy corns in it. So I could still create this card. I've been thinking about it for a really long time. And I love how they're falling out of the jar. Even though it probably would irritate me if I did spill the jar, because then I'd have to pick them up. And I don't know if dogs could eat them. Anything that I spill, I let the dogs have first, and then I clean up what's left over. Okay, almost done. It's killing my thumb. I probably don't have to hold the pen so tight. Okay, one left on here, and then I will bring in this. This one will go pretty quick. You could really even heat emboss the candy corn with black. Oh, that would actually be really pretty. I always forget sometimes to use my heat emboss. It's out of sight, out of mind. It's in a drawer, and I should probably put it out so then I see it more often. Okay, there we go. That wasn't super tragic. It probably took longer because I was doing a live. Okay, so let's grab some dimensionals. And yes, this is a scrap. I think it was from an Easter something I was working on, but nobody's ever going to know. Let's peel these off. And then this is going to go right up top. And I don't know. Let's see if I have any mini dimensionals beside me. Oh, I do. I came in and raided my little dimensional area because I'm working on, that's probably where I got the July retreat from. I had a few make and takes left over and I was working on them today. So that's probably what made me think of July retreat. So there's that. And then I pulled in some of our basic black baker's twine. It comes in a 4-pack, I believe, and you get assorted colors. And I went ahead and tied a little bow. So you're going to grab your mini glue dots, and I like to roll it because it is super tiny. So I just take my fingernail and roll the mini glue dots so it doesn't hang off the edge. There we go. And then I have my Wink of Stella. I'm going to color the candy corns. I really wish Wink Estella showed up better on lives. I think it literally makes it pop. And you can go over this after it dries if you want it a little bit darker, more sparkle. Okay, there we go. Now we just have to assemble the card. I love the back of it after you color. Oh, man, hopefully it's not clogged. There we go. Now I should be able to use this hand. I just couldn't squeeze. There we go. If the glue is new and full, I can use my right hand. Okay, so there's our first layer. So let's go ahead and fold our card base. We're going to give it a nice good crease. And then we can start layering. Okay, now I need to stand up for this because I feel like I'm not getting it even. There we go. Look how stinking cute and fun this card is. Literally here for the candy. That's why we go trick-or-treating, I think. Okay, we can put the last one together. I've already colored, everything's already cut, so it's pretty much just putting it together. And I actually didn't color all of it, so let's just do those two on top. I forgot, and then right before I went live, I stamped those, but I didn't have time to color them. So just the two. And you can use either end of your pen. I like the thicker ends, but you can use the other one if you'd like. They both work. There we go. So let's put some dimensionals on this. So I'm using the mini ones for the lid, and I'm going to use the bigger ones for the jar. There we go. And I don't think I colored these. It'll just take a quick second. So hopefully you guys can get some Halloween crafting done. I've given you two fun ideas. And the one I did on Tuesday, Fright Night, is what I am doing, what we're doing for the online bingo. And you have a week from yesterday to sign up for the online bingo. And I will send another reminder email out in a couple days. Ugh, so fun. I think this is what my grandkids are getting for Halloween. I think these are their cards. And it's perfect because I made three and I have three grandkids. So each one of them will get one of these. Well, 3.5, but the other one's not born yet. And he could be here before Halloween, but he's not due until November 19th. There we go. There are all of your cards. Let me bring them in for you. Oops, I forgot the ribbon. I'm just going to roll that just to make it a little bit smaller. As tiny as they are, sometimes they're not tiny enough. Okay, there are your cards. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me put my little hat back on so I can point you over, and hopefully, oh, he's supposed to go sideways, but he keeps falling. He's really heavy, but he's not attached to my hair or my head, so that's why he keeps falling off. But for Halloween, it will be attached, so it won't fall. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out. I might not be able to answer today, but I will definitely be a little bit more coherent tomorrow. So if you have any questions, feel free. If not, I will cross my fingers, hopefully see you next Tuesday and Thursday at 7 for our normal lives, but I will keep everybody posted. It depends on how things are going. Anyway, have a great day and we will chat soon. Bye-bye.